We just had a balance patch announcement, and just is in air quotes. You know, within the grand scheme of things, it was like 5 minutes ago. Truth of the matter is it's probably been about a week. So here are 10 buffs that you need to know about from the most recent balance patch. First of all, Liliana, great play, by the way. She got an adjustment where now when the Lord of Hell dies, she immediately gets a turn. That's pretty great for her. I would say that Liliana is one of the most unique monsters in the game, and the reason why she's so early in the video is because realistically, this doesn't impact that many people. At the time of recording, Liliana and the rest of the Devil Maidens have only been in the game for a little while, so I don't think many people have had the opportunity to play with her. Now, will this be the thing that puts Liliana on the map? Maybe not, but I feel like she's right there, dude, from being really cool. Benedict is also getting a little adjustment. He's losing that clause at the end of his passive that restricts when he can ignore effects that resist death. This is a great little change for Benedict. It kind of shows that the devs are taking this effect and giving it out more freely. They're not really restricting it to if-then situations anymore, and now he can just go straight through things like Triana passives or anything else that's trying to protect units from dying, by the way. Next, Thomas the Wind Lollipop Warrior is also the only Lollipop Warrior. Instead of just stripping, now he steals a buff from the enemy target. Now, realistically, this is cool. It's not necessarily huge, but I wanted to mention him because I think Thomas is better than people remember. If you happen to have a Thomas, or you're just sitting on a ton of ancient coins that you're aching to spend, you might want to revisit his abilities. And son of a dude, can you see that this fly is he just landed on my eyelid? Where's this You should take a look at some of his skills because he's probably a little bit better than you remember him being. Fastest monster in the game besides Leo in game. Regarding base speed only. Oh god, it's getting longer and longer. What is this kid's name? Oh, Kid. Baby Goat is now getting some attack bar reduction on everybody except the individual that he targets. And this change is probably going to make him feel even more like the Veronica Chiwu mix that he's meant to feel like. At least to me, that's what he's meant to feel like. Also, did you see that a baby goat is a kid? All right, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. The Water Slayer is getting his passive changed around a bit. Now, whenever allies attack monsters with destroyed HP, the amount of damage they deal is going to scale proportionately to... Hello everyone and welcome back to Summoner's War. Today, we are doing account reviews and progression tips. My name is Evan. Let me say hi to folks in chat real quick. Fastlix, welcome back. Rod Ross, I saw True Titans in there too. What's going on, Trent? Mini Frosty, Mint Frosty. I omitted a T there, guys. Welcome. Marshall Lee, glad to have you guys here. Beirut, my first love. Nacho, oh my God, guys, this is great. We already have such a packed chat. If this happens to be your first time on account reviews and progression tips, all you gotta do, hop in chat channel 10. I start in the global server because that's where I'm home to. And so you guys can just tell me your questions, let me know if you have any issues in the game, and I will do my dangdest to help you out. I will do whatever it takes. What's up, Benny? It's good to see you guys. How y'all been? Bloom, what's up, Bloom? Bloom is gonna be joining me on stream semi-soon. It's good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Oh my God, guys, this is great. This is exactly what I needed on this Wednesday morning. I hope you guys needed it too. Let me know if you guys have questions or if you guys have been enjoying the JJK collab, actually. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I haven't gotten any any of the best units, but I did get the Wind Gojo. I've got the Water Nobara and then the Wind Nobara too. I'm actually kind of into the Wind Nobara, seems pretty sick. Kanagi, Christian, what's up everybody? Chat channel 10 is the place to be. Fastlix says, Evan, I finally did it. I hit C1 in RTA. And I also got Mirane. Congratulations on the C1, dude. That's a huge milestone, actually. Crossing that boundary from the Wild West that is Fighter 3 and below into the big boy leagues of C1 up, it's a huge wall to break, to be honest, and it's pretty hard. I remember doing it the first time. Fastlix, what was the team that got you that last match into C1? Viper says, what's up, Evan? Nothing much, dude. I've had a nice morning today. Admittedly, a quick one. I woke up and hopped on the road after making a bagel, making a little bit of coffee, listened to an audiobook on the way over. It was really nice. Now I've just been chilling. Recorded some Soul Strike, actually, for a content piece, which I'm also going to be streaming later today, by the way. So if you guys have any interest in Soul Strike at all, I'd love to see you. It's at 2 p.m. I'm still looking for a new siege defense, as always. Trent, oh no, Nightbot yelled at Trent. No, I'm so... Oh, because you added one more S to the word as. Congrats on the light Megami, actually, Michael. Michael Myers, dude, that is one of my most wanted of the 4-star units. Double Carry says RTA and guilds. So why don't we talk about that for a second? Looks like you have some fun units to play with, too. Salvi. Stella Maki, welcome to the chat. Boatarji. Hope you're doing well. Fastlick says, honestly, I used one monster that I surprised everyone with. Who is that? I used Vio Grogan, and it carried me all the way. Yeah, you know, honestly, I'm not really prepped for like a Vio Grogan, if I'm being totally honest. I think you would have gotten the better of me now, too. Buatarji says it's Stella Maki doing better now with all of you guys. Dude, couldn't agree more. I've been looking forward to this all day. So we're talking about RTA comps for Double Carry here. They wanted RTA in Siege, but selfishly, I'd love to talk about some RTA with them. Well, actually, I do see that they've got some good units for Siege, too. And you've got some skill ups for when the JJK Nat 5 start rolling in. Oh, congrats on the Fire Yuji, dude. Honestly, this is one of my most wanted from the collab just because this is Yuji. I mean, this is him. This is Yuji from the show, you know? This is him. King, he says, hello, Nini Plays, Kiwis. Oh my gosh, all the folks over on YouTube. Guys, wait, YouTube, this is for you from me. That's the survey. If you're on Twitch, you can use command new survey to fill that out. And it gets you 75 crystals. We give 75 crystals out to a number of people equal to the max viewership we get on stream. Kaneki says, I too missed everyone since last Friday. Couldn't agree more. Oh, by the way, so I know I talk about this more than I probably should because it's gimmicky, right? This is a gimmick. It's not something that you can necessarily rely on all the time, and if you have the units to support it, great. If you don't, it might not be a strategy that you want to employ. It's incumbent on me to point out that the Water Slayer got a buff semi-recently that now allows allies to deal more damage proportionately to how much HP is destroyed on the enemy target, right? And Yuji does a lot of damage, or rather, damage. He does a lot of damage, but he also does a lot of HP destruction. He actually does 100% of the damage, max HP destruction, on the second hit of Divergent Fist, which is actually, I can't recall if we've seen that stat before. You guys are gonna have to help me out. How much destruction does Beth do? Does Beth destroy 100% of the damage dealt? Because this is a big number. 100% of the damage dealt as destroyed HP is actually pretty good. So you guys will have to let me know if we've seen 100% before. I'm not sure, but that is pretty sick. And then he does 50% of the damage dealt, but AoE. That's a great setup when combined with the Slayer. Hey, what's up? Civic Spirit says, hey, how do I get an account review? Honestly, it's pretty informal. It's awfully casual. All you got to do is hang out in chat channel 10. And if you have a question, let me know what it is. And also it helps if you tell me what your Twitch or YouTube handle is, so that way I know who I'm talking to. Chaff, what's going on? It says, I'd rather it just kill. This kind of says kill. Oh yeah, it's something like that. Are you going to Europe server? If there's time, I would love to go to Europe server. If there's some time at the end, I'd love to. Bro, please give us some codes for some mystical scrolls. Dude, so the server gives crystal. I wouldn't recommend using those crystals to summon though, but like they could add up towards something. Like if you come to 10 streams, right, and you get the crystals from each one, that's 750 crystals. That's a preem pack. So that's just something to keep in mind. And we do 2 streams a week, so just something to think about. Yeah, Evan, Ellen at us for a second. Whoa, what happened? Something happened? Mike went wild? Uh-oh. Is it fixed? Hopefully it's fixed. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to yell at you like that. That's my bad, bro. Well, you know, it's probably the mic's fault, but. Oh, Civic Spirit. Great question. The way that you get crystals from being on the stream is by filling out the survey. It's fixed? Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you to the folks on back end. Thank you, Mitchell. Appreciate you. Savanushach. Okay, so let's get back to talking about RTA. So we talked about the gimmick, right? We talked gimmicks. Let's talk actual drafts. Because like Wedgeat is still such a good pick if you want to like play him in RTA. You could absolutely run the Wedgeat still. He's got a 24% speed lead. He provides a little bit of healing under certain conditions. He provides attack bar boost on even less restrictive conditions. Really cool monster. I'm also a big fan of Ileana. I think Ileana's kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit, but I think anything that has attack bar cycling as well as invincibility and immunity is going to be good. Let's look around. I'd love for you to be able to use your Nat 5. So if you wanted, you could do a cleave, right? And you might already be cleaving. You might be doing something along the lines of like Ashir as your like starter buff. Zerath comes in for the big kill after defense breaking. That might be something you're already doing. But I am seeing good stuff for like kind of bruiser-esque stuff. Like these are really good together. Like you could do Chandra, Wedget. Oh, Fastlix shared one of the replays. Wait, does Beth still destroy or no? No, they took that away when she does, because now she does the decreasing attack bar by the number of that. Yeah, that's funny. I wish they would change the name with that. It's not really an Eternal Scar anymore, is it? It kind of lost the theming. Kind of lost the flavor with that change. Haven't seen that. So let's go ahead and double check. So double carry, I would recommend that you kind of leverage the Wedget. That's a really good unit, so I would probably run that as your speed lead. You could even still run Ashir regardless if you wanted to. So assuming you're not wanting to cleave, I would do kind of bruisery comps. Like I saw that you had the Masha in there, I saw you had Leica in there. You could kind of run them in the back end. Leica's more of a counter pick these days. But Chandra is really good to support that kind of comp too. He also applies a hug, which is going to count as a buff towards Wedget's passive ability. So that's just something to think about. But if you wanted to cleave with your Zerath, I wouldn't blame you. Then in that case, what you would just do is you just rune a super fast Ashir, boost up the Zerath after a defense break goes out on the enemy team, and then just nuke them for a little while. Works for a while. I just saw Fastlix's message again with the Violent Grogan. King3333 says, Who isn't responsible for the rates? It is. It is Poop. I think I might have messed up the syntax on that. But it's not me, I can tell you it's not me. This is so funny, dude. Hi Evan, are you doing EU today? I would love some help with my new unit that I pulled. Lord Flexinor, it's good to see you. I would love to try, so maybe we could even set a time, like maybe in like 20, 25 minutes, I could go over to EU server. Oh my goodness. Wait, do you win this, Fastlix? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the Shizuka. Oh, the Shizuka is gonna help so much. Big heal, sleep, buy another turn. Wait, this is so cool. Oh my god. Fastlix, this reminds me of like some of the wins that I've been getting with Lydia recently. It's like the counter cleave. Like you think you got me and then you turn the tables on them. That's the best feeling in RTA. That is the greatest feeling in RTA. Congratulations, dude. Getting to C1, that's so awesome. I think there were some others up here real quick, so let's go here. So Trent, he says, hey Evan, what's up, Trent? Looking for account review and some RTA help. So we just talked RTA, but we can do it again. Let's do it one more time for Viper. So it looks like they're F3. F3 is the highest they've placed. Dude, so I just wanted to shout out one comment from Wildy Fang. It says, Evan, can you please ask to have the unawakened form of the monster be a transmog so that awakened monsters can be in the unawakened form? Dude, I think that is such a good idea. I love the way that the awakened like pioneers compared to their full form look, just because I think that the pioneers, like with the baby bird, it's kind of like it's a cuter look than I find the regular pioneers to be a little bland. That's just me. I like their transmogs though, so it'd be really fun to, and they also emulate that in a transmog too. There's a couple others that are like that for me, but I can't think of them straight out. Oh, the Beast Monks. The Beast Monks have their hat. And I always liked the hat. I thought the hat was kind of cool, and they, for whatever reason, they take off the hat. Same with the Panda Warriors, actually. Nobody's allowed to keep their hats on once they awaken. So I think that's a really cool idea. I think the only issue would be for some monsters, where it's like you could kind of bring them into RTA looking as if they're unawakened, or looking as if they are unawakened, but then like, you know, maybe they have different skills or some augmentation once they're awakened. So it can kind of be a little deceptive. That might be a reason, although during the draft phase, they would look awakened. So I guess that kind of circumvents the issue. To me, ultimately what I'm trying to say is, yes, I'm for that. I would really like to be able to like run like Chandra pre-awaken, right? So he has the hat. I think that'd be really cool. What's your opinion on Lionel the Water Ezio? Oh, Athena. It's funny you bring that up. I actually I think I talked about Lionel in the Nat 5 collab families ranked. Now I think the Ezios in the Steel Commanders as a whole placed a little bit low because they haven't had like a huge impact, but I was rating based on impact, not on like individual monsters. Lionel's really cool. If you trust in your speed and you need someone to like be a good starter, Lionel's your guy. Like he can give attack buff and boost. He's really good. Ninjas lose the mask. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Stormy, Majestic Unicorn. Good to see you. How have things been? Have you been playing around with Helena at all? Have you made that work in RTA? Let me just go. I'm gonna scroll past the regular elements real quick just to see if you have any fun LDs that we can work with before I recommend you a full comp. You do have some pretty cool LD 4-stars here too, and you have Martina. So I hope you're using this in Dragons if you don't have a speed team. And if you have a speed team, that's great too. You could just use the speed. Like Kyle is probably going to be the best, but it's a little hard to start the Kyle setup. I actually still use Martina and Deva. I still use them in Dragons. You can also use like Omduat to kind of like do some sustained bruisery damage on people. But let's talk elements for a little while. So I actually think Nobara has it in her to be like a pretty good counter pick against those comps that feature like Layla and anything that's trying to debuff you, right? Like, so for folks who haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, she loses 5% of her HP if she has debuffs at the start of her turn, but she drains everybody for 15%. So all of your enemies will lose 15% of their HP. If that's the case, which seems really good. So you could run her on like Violent Nem or something thereabouts, right? So that way you have the chance to proc and drain them for 30%. It sounds a little inconsistent because like in that best case situation, you're kind of banking on a proc a little bit, but I think that she could be really good tech against them. Oh, people were asking for teams for the new boss rush. I have not personally done the new boss rush this week yet. I can give it a try. I would love to give it a try with you guys. I've experienced her in a fight and she is terrifying. Oh, dude, especially as somebody running Grogan. That's so funny. Michael says, I was using her with Dark Unicorns to get extra damage with Reflect. Yo! Michael Myers, wait a minute, that's so sick. What a cool little synergy you found. That is pretty awesome. I'm really curious as to what your main comp is. I'm noticing you have some really good pieces though. Like you've got the Etna in here, you've got the Smicer already. I'm gonna remember that you have the Fire Megami. He seems really cool, but I don't think he's gonna be somebody I recommend as part of your core comp necessarily. Just because this, you know, they can always resist this, but he does have a speed lead. Oh, we'll come back to that. We'll come back. Actually, since you've got Parjanya, if you were to run something like a Parjanya, he would go well with the Fire Megami. And the reason for that is because he does provoke. He can provoke, I always forget which skill provokes. Damage in green. Is it this one? Which is the skill that provokes? I think it's this. When he is in the lightning form, it's the passive. Okay, perfect. Yeah, see, if you run something that can provoke and then run Megami with him, the thought process behind that is that then you're drawing the aggro away from Megami, so they're forced to attack someone that's not him. They're already kind of disincentivized to attack him though, because like, he's a support unit. Even though he's troublesome and he's cycling attack bar and he's getting turns, he's not really the problem, right? He's not dealing the damage. He's not even like healing or anything. So like, it's kind of hard for them to divert attention regardless. But like, you could get some pretty sick cycling going on here if you run it with somebody who's got provoke. Interesting. Viper says, funny you mentioned that. I've been playing around with Parjanya, Vanessa, and Megami recently. Dude, What do you think? I'd love to hear the results of the testing so far. And then you could run like a Bellio to heal. Like this is all like some super fun stuff. And then Chow would be a really good damage dealer for this too. It's a lot of water though, so I would recommend a different damage dealer actually, now that I say that. Because I just realized that I've recommended you 3 water units in there. So maybe we'll bring somebody else for that. I mean, heck, you could even make it Smicer actually. You could do kind of like sustained bomb damage. Like this is kind of interesting, dude. I think there's something there for you to play with. That's kind of fun. That's fun though, right? Like it's a little gimmicky, but I would give it a try because it sounds cool. Oh, could you help me make a Guild War defense using Doman? Dude, I think I lack the knowledge in order to put that into practice. Unfortunately, I don't have a Doman of my own. Would I love one? Probably. Chat, I'd love to hear recommendations for Doman too. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like there is like SW Guild Tools too. That's a really good site that can give you like ideas for Guild War defenses. It can show you defenses that currently don't have a clear counter. It could show you like good offenses people are playing with. Like it's kind of sick actually. I got to say, I don't think it's a problem that I bring. I'm bringing that up as Evan, not necessarily come to Evan. You know what I'm saying? Cool. All right. So I'm gonna try to find something that isn't RTA related for a moment because we've talked about it a bit. Can you review my account? Kind of need some advice on fast dungeons. Here we go. Let's talk about some fast dungeon comps. So you're using a version of the speed team for Giant's Abyss that features Lyn instead of Shaman. That's great. This is exactly the team that I use. Just I go sans Lyn and plus Shaman. And then you're currently using a variant on the starter team for Dragon's Abyss, but with a really good time. Like, it's almost a suspiciously good time, to be honest. For a starter team, 108 is excellent. The next step for you would probably be to make the speed team for Dragons. We can talk a little bit about that. Vivina Che says, "Hi chat, I'm late." Third Nerd says, "My question was the same thing, ignore it." Okay, roger that. You got it. So let's go on and see what you got. I don't know if maybe you've got a Kyle in here that you're working on. Wow, this is extremely functional. This is like no form, all function. It's just line them up so that way I can redeem everything right away. I actually might want to do this. This is actually like low-key probably optimal. Like right now I'm thinking about like tap mileage, you know? Like scroll mileage. Like how much am I having to move my finger in order to redeem all my mana and all my crystals and check all the shops? Seems like you've kind of got that figured out. So maybe I'll follow your lead there. Let me look, I gotta look at your Verd. Oh, I think the Verd is in storage. Well, let me look at the Geralt then. In that case, let me look at this. I don't know if these may be the runes that he came with, just grinded. You'll have to let me know. So the reason that I was so excited to look at this actually is because your time for Dragons, I'm serious, is actually really good for a starter team. Like I'm actually genuinely interested about how you got it to be that fast. Like 108 with a starter team is excellent. And frankly, I mean, if your team is running like 1 minute, 108, if that's the average, you could do a times 30 in like just over 30 minutes. And that's, as long as it's consistent, that's the best. But I think the next case for you is going to be doing the comp with Kyle. So I am trying to build that right now. Unfortunately, my runes are a little bit spread out. And so it's like my Dhalsim, I'm using the Dhalsim because he's faster than Kyle in the animations. He doesn't have the crit rate to support it just yet, unfortunately. So if my team is currently not functional, I've got him fully skilled up. I also have I've got my Konamiya, and I've also got his light brother. I always forget his name. Tion is also like on full fight. They're both on full fight and everything. And so currently it's not. Oh, Kanagi, no, I'm so sorry. The shop is only functional when I'm streaming from home. We could try to get it set up here, but like right now I didn't want to overcomplicate things. We could try to get that set up in the future though. I've got it set up on my OBS at home, speaking plainly. Ignored. So save your wings for now. Save your wings so that way you can make purchases later. But I can try to get that set up. Like I can talk to Mitchell after. Mitchell's helping on back end. Everybody say thank you, Mitchell. He usually streams from McDonald's. Wait, why Evan at level 100 only have 290 energy? I don't have the so I don't have the additional 10 energy that comes from the pack. That's one thing that I don't have. It may also be the building. Okay, let me jump back into the chat real quick. Wait, Evan goes home? I thought he lived in the office. Oh, dude, am I missing a building? Oh, dude, that stinks. I might be missing a building, says Panda. You need buildings that give. Where is that? How do I find the building? Is that in the craft? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. And I actually don't have Shining Mithril. Dude, should I go farm that real quick? Should I go farm that real quick? No, I'm not gonna do that. That's not fun stream content. I'm not gonna make it. Whoa! Whoa! I mean, like, craft time. Yeah, it's craft time, everybody. Sorry, we're gonna have to like move away from the entire point of the stream so that way I can go get this thing. Where did it say? Where did it say I could get it? Did it say it was Famon? I can do that off stream. Like, I'm kidding. No, it said Tamor Desert, Mount Runar, and White Ragon. Okay, I'll do that later. I haven't changed his mind so fast. It's not good stream content because if I'm repeat battling that, I won't be able to go on people's islands. So I'll do that later. Wait, chat. I just realized something. I don't want to jinx it, but have you guys noticed that like when I come back from people's islands, the game hasn't crashed? Did that get patched? Sunny Day, would you mind giving me an overall account review? Just generally. Returning player, but new account. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me look. So you've been playing for 80 days. You've already cleared both TOAs, which is a really good sign. You have the speed team for Giants. You have the speed team for Giants. Here's a question for you. Did you take Teshar as your guaranteed nat 5 from the event? From the 10th anniversary? Dude. I'm wondering. I think maybe the bug got fixed. I think maybe it got fixed, guys. So you've already done Giants Abyss Hard. You have a speed team for it. Dragon's Lair. You have. So this is, by the way, this is about the average for the starter team, like 122, right? It's like It's below. It's sub 130. Not quite a minute. That's why that 1 minute 8 second kind of surprised me. I was like, that was pretty good. Then we've got Necro. Necro is always around this same time. It's so funny how consistent this team is. Can you say hello to Lucas? What's up, Lucas? How are you? Is Lucas lurking right now, dude? Yeah, I have to say you are doing very, very well. You're doing very well. So here's one quick improvement that you can make. I've actually found myself recommending this to a few people recently. I would take out the Riley on Spiritual Realm. I think a very easy change that you could make to your Spiritual Realm team actually would be, oops, sorry guys, I'm trying to go to my profile. Very easy change that you could make would be to shift out, to take out the Riley and put in the Seek the Fire Hellhound instead. He gives additional crit rate and attack buff, and what's crazy is that he gives a 3-turn attack buff and crit rate buff, which is actually the length of the cooldown time on the skill post skill ups. So that means you'll always have, for the most part, you will always have crit rate and attack buff on, barring any like violent procs that might take you out of it, right? I think that would probably be the best. Dude, honestly, the progression on that account was fantastic. Especially for 80 days, it's very clear that you have experience with the game. And that's something that I've always been kind of like personally interested in. Like, the more we do these streams, the more like people come and talk to me and they show me their like LD only accounts, stuff like that. Or also the weirdest one that I've seen, which is the no leader skill challenge. That looks surprisingly difficult. It makes me want to do something similar. Like, I think it would be very cool to give it a try. No problem, Crane. I cleared Spiritual Realm, but never felt it worth to farm there. Yeah, you know, so actually, guys, I'd love to hear how many people have that same sentiment. There is one place in the game that I think is kind of like that, and it's actually Sacrion, the Dimension Hole Sacrion, I actually think it's got the coolest boss in the entire game. Also the hardest boss in the entire game, but I don't think that the value is quite there. Because I think so I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on Spiritual Realm. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on Sacrion. I'll give mine real quick, right? So with Spiritual Realm, I actually have a little bit more patience for Spiritual Realm than a lot of people do for two reasons. One, this is a little bit meta. I find it's an extremely effective place to farm for like event currency, which is not necessarily like optimal, right? But it's like if you really need like, you know, looking back, like the 10th anniversary coins, or like if you really need like cursed stones, like it's a really good place to go because the runs are so fast. The other thing is I think that fight runes get better with time, right? You know, as you play the game, fight runes are going to get better and better and better. Like those additional just kind of incremental attack boosts for your team are just so important. And when you look at all the speed teams that come out, right? You know, I've got my Konami on 3 sets of fight. I have my Tion on 3 sets of fight. I'm trying to put my Lauren on 3 sets of fight, but I don't have the runes to support it just yet, so I farm Spiritual Realm. Now, like Sacrion though, Sacrion, I actually don't think Sacrion quite has it. Let's go look real quick. Just for the sake of conversation, just because we're making conversation here. Kanagi. As soon as Evan notices me, wait, Kanagi, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Wait, I'm really ignoring Kanagi. I'm so sorry. This is not intentional. So, dude, like these are really good sets. These are really good sets, but it's just a hard dungeon. It is a super hard dungeon, and you can get most of those sets from other places, right? Like we farm Alunia. I think most people just farm Alunia. I'm gonna do my summons, but refuse to unless you wish me luck. Good luck, Kanagi. I hope it goes well, dude. Now I can blame Evan. Perfect, that's great. Okay. Feel like so let's start here. So, oh, I see an easy one real quick. So Dyson fan, I'd love Dyson fan. Evan, can you give me an overall account review? Nothing special, just maybe like a comment on my Necro team. Sure, let's do it. So if this is the Necro team, right, we're gonna have to part ways with some of it because like we can't do like multiple. We can't have multiple units on the Abyss. So let me jump in here real quick. Let's see what you're using. Like I actually predominantly use dogs. This has way too much accuracy. No. I'm just teasing. I'm just joking. My Abigail has 0 accuracy. Not even in the artifact. She has 0 accuracy all across the board. So Abigail can definitely be your leader. Then you can also run whichever is the best Ikaru. The way that you determine your best Ikaru is kind of based on like a number of factors. Like for me, I think for Necro purposes, I think you would probably run either this Ikaru or this Ikaru. It depends on where they land in the team. I think you'd probably want to run this one because you want to run something a little bit fast, right? Ideally, you'd probably have like your Abigail move first, then you'd have your Ikaru, then Rauk, and then Astar Shaman. That's probably the way that I would have you run it. Do you have Astar? Was it in your? You do have Astar. So again, Abigail first, then Ikaru, then Rauk, Astar, and Shaman. That's probably the way that you'd have your team speed tuned, right? That's probably the way you do it. There we go. Athena, I shared an RTA replay. Silence makes Vanessa not use her revive when something dies. Yes, correct. That's correct. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's like I'm tired or something. Oh my Lord. That was a really good stretch. Yeah, that's interesting, right? Because so that's a good comment. So Vanessa's third skill is a skill, but it sometimes under certain conditions, right, when an ally dies, it behaves like a passive. She's actually featured on my top 10 fake passives video on YouTube. If you haven't seen that, I implore you to watch it. Even selfishly, I'd love for you to see it just because it was a topic that made me giggle. And like I'd been thinking about that for a long time. And then I finally found like 10. I was like, here are 10 units that have this kind of circumstantial, like passive ability, even though they don't have a passive, right? So units like Vanessa are on there. Units like, Kabila's sister, what is her name? What is this girl's name? Prylia. Prylia's on there, right? Because she defense breaks on every skill. So it's basically like she has a passive because she is unable to move without trying to do it. She's basically applying this effect all the time. So it's very, very fun. And because of that, yeah, Vanessa ends up getting stopped by Silence rather than Oblivion because it's a skill. Okay, I saw another one. Shinzuko. Evan, I feel like my progress has been really slow lately, and I don't know what to work on yet. Dude, I almost already know, I think, what I'm gonna recommend you do. I'm just double checking. Stand by. So if you feel like your progress has kind of stopped for a minute, usually the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your account, for your progression, would be to farm raids. Just sit in R5 for a little while and raid. And it's crazy. The amount of progression that you will make just by doing raids is obscene. Like just getting grinds. Oh, look at the Athena's on the same page. It says R5. Kanagi, what do you need help with? How can I help you? Fastlix, could we see the Harpies getting a second awakened, Evan? I think, I'm sure that they could be a target for that, but like, they wouldn't be my first choice, right? I'm not the one that makes that decision, thankfully, right? But yeah, they wouldn't be my first choice, but I could see them getting a 2A. Sorry guys, I hiccuped on there. So R5 is usually the answer, and sometimes Rift Beast, but to a lesser extent. Truly, like honestly, if you just hang out in raids for a while, you will accumulate all these grinds, and now your best runes become better, because you're pushing them past their limits. Like truly, I think that's the best advice that I could give you right now. Would appreciate a review of monsters as well as a potential RTA team. I'm sorry, I read that, a TOA team. Dude, I just threw out a different initialism. I read one and I just threw out a completely different initialism. Wind Nobara? Whoa! Or Fire Gojo? Wait. Let's ask chat. Wind Nobara or Fire Gojo? This is important. It's for Kanagi. This is important. Dude, this is very important. It's too late. Take either. Honestly, truly, you cannot make a wrong call there, to be honest. Like, I would pick, what would I pick? As a JJK fan, I would take Gojo. But for Summoner's War, like what would I employ in my account right now? Probably Wind Nobara. Like it's very difficult because I also have the Wind Nobara. Wow, congratulations. I'm very happy to report that like you can't go wrong there because I think the Fire Gojo is probably better just picked like raw in a draft, but I think the Nobara has a higher ceiling, you know what I mean? Like she could be better under the right conditions. It's just a little bit more niche, if that makes sense. I've been having fun with the Wind Gojo, honestly, says Fluffy Lions. I would love, Fluffy Lions, I'd love to hear how you have him ruined. I've been having a hard time, you know, I've been kind of like trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? I've been trying to reconcile the fact that like if I put him on Violent, he can proc out of invincibility, and I don't want that. And now, so I've got him on Despair. So sometimes turning that Provoke into a stun feels like an upgrade. Sometimes it feels like it's a little bit redundant. I'd love to hear how you have him ruined. I'm starting to think I may want to do it Swift instead. May want to like do Swift, steal a buff, right? And then like open with skill 2, and then go for skill 3. What is your favorite RGB collab unit? Oh, great question. So Mikhail says, that question's from Mikhail. I actually think, what's my favorite? I've talked a lot about like the Fire Yuji with his gimmick with the Water Slayer. I'm a Water Slayer owner, so I think that he seems really cool. I think Wind Nobara is probably my favorite out of the box. People really love the Wind Megumi. I'm not one of those people, purely because I don't have him. I don't run comps that really depend on like attack buff, attack bar boost, and invincibility. So it's like, you know, I'd have to completely change the type of RTA that I play in order to incorporate him. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying that he's really good. It's just he is a style of play that doesn't resonate with me. Instead, I'm more of like the Fire Megami player. I really like just passive value. I like just accruing value. You guys know this about me. I'm a little bit of a degenerate when it comes to RTA. Like if I pulled a Ragdoll, dude, you wouldn't be able to stop me. I'd be picking it all the time. I'd be force picking it. You know, I just want to sit there and accrue value. My favorite 4-star though is definitely the Light Megami. Definitely. Okay, I'm back in here. So we were talking about TOA team progress. We could also speed up these teams, by the way. I think we could speed some of this up. There's a little bit, I think the team is a little bit diluted here. Also, dots don't work in the Giants Abyss, which is good news because that means that it's actually going to be easy to pivot. Because right now you're using a dot team. I think you're going to find that like you will, like your progress will skyrocket as soon as you take those guys out. So with that in mind, I love that you're using the Veramos lead. Oh my God, this account's so fresh. And it's like already got a Laura. Whoa, and a Veronica. What? No way. And a Nefties. Oh my God, please stop. Wow, what? Dude. Whoa. Bestin, what's going on? Water Yuji or Fire Megami? Chat, we've got another question. Water Yuji or Fire Megami? I think that maybe the Water Yuji is like generally like, oh man, I don't know. I think the Water Yuji might be better, but I'm unsure. Chat, I need help. I need help deciding. Again, this is for Kanagi. Water Yuji or Fire Megami? I think the Water Yuji's applications are probably a little bit wider, right? Because like he could even be good in Guild Wars. He could be good in Arena, places where you need to ignore effects that would resist death. But then if you like playing RTA and if you enjoy running things that are like drawing heat from the enemy, that are like, maybe if you run like Chandra to hug Megami, that could work too. Oh, Dyson fan. I am fully caught up actually. I'm fully caught up on the manga. What Yuji? Mards is having fun with him. All right. Yeah, honestly, Mards has good taste, so I'd go for that. Whew. There are 3 Morrises? Wait a minute. Dude, look at that. Look at the beauty. Oh my God, this is incredible. This is incredible. Man, did you guys know that he revives 100% of the time? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that this is the best monster in the game? I love this monster. He's so funny. I love this monster. What happens if you have like 3 Morrises in a comp? Roki, it's going really well, dude. Thank you for asking. This guy's more insane than me with the 3 Morrises. It's great. It's so hard to tell if he's being sarcastic or not, dude. No, I am being sarcastic. Just to clarify, I am being sarcastic. However, I do love Morris. That part was true. The only way that I could be that sarcastic is if there is a little bit of love in me for this monster. Wait, there's a Craig in the LD5s? Dude, I didn't even see that. Where? There's no Craig. Where's the Craig? Is he over here? Oh my God, there's a Craig. Dude, wow, this account is crazy. Okay, so your question for me was TOA, and I have somehow talked about everything except TOA. So let's refocus in for a second. This account is stacked, like truly. This account never has to worry about anything. Wow. I'm jealous. I'm actually a little bit jealous. That's crazy. This is pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty sick, dude. And you got Brandia for big damage on PvE stuff. Like, you have everything. You have everything, dude. I suppose what you could probably do is you could actually run something fairly simple. Wait, he built a fire? Wait. Where? I don't see that. Fire Poison Master? Oh my gosh, he did. It's a Todd. There's a Max Todd in here. Dude, this guy's got plans. This guy's preparing for something. Yeah, this guy's prepped for something that we're not ready for right now. I don't know what it is. He knows something's happening, and we are unaware of it. So what's funny is, so I would not use a dot team for the Giant Abyss. Like I stated earlier, the boss is immune to dots. However, you could use a dot team for like the interim floors on TOA, and that's going to look remarkably similar to the one that you're using for Giants, with a couple of exceptions. I would run Gina on that team. I would actually do like a Jean lead, Gina, Sath, Thrain, something like that, something along those lines. If you want maximum value out of that, oh, you actually have a Melia. You could use Melia as well. If you want maximum value and you do plan on using Gina, I would just make sure that Gina moves last, so that way like she sleeps, and then like you know you don't really like wake them up. You might lap them though. You honestly might lap the enemy. It's truly not that big of a deal. Now, when it comes to like bosses, boss monsters, it's kind of important that you do crowd control for the monsters surrounding them. And that can look a couple different ways. I would still use Tyron. I actually really like the Water Sylph. I don't just like say that for like starter comps. I actually think he's incredible on his own. There is a Veronica. There is a Veronica on here. Technically speaking, you actually could use Nefties to set up defense break. It's kind of funny. I never thought I would suggest a Nefties for TOA, but I've never had the opportunity to suggest that. This is an incredible account. Like, you could want for nothing, you know? You could actually run Jameer on this comp. You could do some pretty extreme stuff. You could do like Jameer with even Poseidon to reduce attack bars or something, or you could do, like the sky is truly the limit here. Like I'm actually having a little bit of decision fatigue with how many options you have, like deciding which monsters to include on your teams and which ones to not, like, you know? Like, wow. Wow. I really wish that your question was for RTA. Like, I actually wish that you were asking me a question about what monsters to run in your PvP comp, because, dude, you've got the comp. Like, you have, like, this is really sick. Like, 2 starter units is fantastic. Right, you've got Craig to run in that thing. You've got Nefties for the speed lead. Like, you have like such a cool comp ahead of you. Like, truly, I'm so happy for you. I think like what you could do is after you go into TOA, farm a bit and please like start playing some RTA. Lose a few games. Who cares? Just start playing. Like, get the knowledge in, and then like come back stronger once you've got runes, and like go in and just like, with this crazy cool comp filled with LD5s. Like, truly, I think you're gonna have a really fun experience in RTA, I think. So thank you for showing me this. I think the best thing that, oh. And I guess it wasn't fixed after all. Oh my goodness, guys, that's so funny. I jinxed it for real, dude. Oh no, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, guys, this is brought to you by the survey. Use command new survey if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, I can just paste that for you. That's from me to you. Don't worry about it. That's not a problem, dude. It's all good. Oh, that's hilarious. Thank you for showing me your account. But like, truly, I think the best thing that I could do for you is just to recommend like certain units that are like shine for you, right? Like, I think Jameer is going to be a great lead, and his 3rd skill is great for TOA, so that way you can keep refreshing your super broken abilities. You can bring Poseidon for the attack bar reduction, and frankly damage if you want. I would just bring somebody to set up defense break. For you, it could be Nefties. And then I would also run like Crow and Brandia, because they both have damage that scales with the number of debuffs on the enemy. And now you're in this really interesting situation where you've got a Nefties, so you can land like a maximum amount of debuffs on the enemy team. Then you've got Crow, who has 2 different skills that scale with debuffs, by the way. His team up scales with it, his 3rd skill scales with it, and then your Brandia, who does big damage on the 3rd skill. Now you've kind of gotten yourself kind of an easy breezy TOA team. But I think that the dot team might still be a little bit faster on the interim levels in between. Folks in chat, I'm so sorry, because I crashed. That actually means that the messages on chat channel 10 are no longer available to me. So if you jump back into chat channel 10, then I'll help you out. Artie DeParty says, thank you, never considered it. Your account, dude, honestly, I almost didn't consider it. Your account has so many good options that it's hard to focus in and decide on like which option to go for. So truly, like, you are going to have a blast. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you have so many cool avenues to explore. I'm very excited for you. It's awesome. No one knows. I think I missed the beginning of this conversation. Yeah, I haven't gotten an LD5 since 2020. Do I have, how many pieces do I have? I'm 4 pieces away. I'm 4 pieces away, chat. Does anybody know somebody where I could, does anybody have an LD piece guy? Oh, wait, do I have a box? Dude, what if I get 5 pieces right now? What if I get 5 pieces right now? What if I got 5 pieces? Oh, I can't get 5 pieces. That'd be crazy if I got 5 pieces. Wait, let's check the shop. How many did I have? 556? 5 pieces right now. Dude, haven't gotten an LD5 since 2020. Since 2020, chat. Since 2020, it's 2024. Time today. All right, it's cool. All right, guys. So back in chat channel 10, let's see what folks are looking after. Could improve my Giants team only using Nat 2s. Only using Nat 2s. Nat 2s is a crazy restriction. Well, that escalated quickly and then de-escalated. Dude, I don't know what's going on. That's so funny. It's been a while. It's been a while, chat. How to speed up your Giants time with Nat 2s. Okay. What about Ramagos? Can Ramagos do something? With this, is that crazy? Oh, great question. Thina Levy, what does Nat mean? That is actually a really good question that I don't mention enough because we have a lot of new players in chat. So it does mean, like Kurosagi said, it means natural. It's an abbreviation for natural. So it means to say, like, when you summon a monster for the first time, what is their star rating on the summon henge before you evolve it, before you do anything. And monsters come from 1 to 5, right, in terms of Nat. And so every monster can go up to 6 stars through evolution, but obviously the natural 5 stars, the default 5-star rated monsters are going to be the most desirable. So that's what Nat stands for. And sometimes I take that for granted. So I think I could stand to probably define a few of those more often. In fact, actually guys, I love getting a chance to plug this anytime I can. We have 2 videos on the channel actually called Summoner Slang, and that's kind of like an intro to like the lingo for Summoner's War. Nat 2 accounts sound very fun and chill. It sounds fun and chill until you need to actually run a Giants team that's faster than 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it does sound fun and chill until then. Does anybody in chat have recommendations for a monster that can deal big damage to the boss? I think it might need to be Ramagos. You might need to run something like him so that way he can do clean shot. Yeah, a big one from, GZ, congratulations, yeah. Light Imp, this is a 2-star? I always get, oh yes, this is the 2-star. I always get these two confused. I get the Imp and the Imp Champion confused. Maybe. Yo, what is my next 5-star I will pull? If you're right, I will gift 1 whole sub since I'm poor. Good news, bad news. We don't have subs enabled on the channel, so that's so nice. You don't need to sub to us. This is the official channel. We're streaming just for fun. You know, we just want to, we're doing it. We're all in this together. This is just for fun. But I think your next Nat 5 is going to be Wind Gojo. I think your next Nat 5 is going to be Wind Gojo. Yeah, I think maybe Ramagos might, like, leveraging the clean shot ability on Ramagos is probably going to be your best bet. I'd love a new siege defense, please. A new siege defense from Trent. So chat, let's talk siege defenses for Trent. No way. Memes. says, I just pulled Berghild today. What is it good for? Dude, is that real? Did you actually pull that today? Because if so, congratulations. That's one of my most wanted LD5s. Congratulations. That is actually incredible. Decameron Tark go Burr? Wait, really? Decameron, do you think that you did really pull her? Oh my gosh, memes, congratulations. So Berghilda is fantastic in RTA content. I would run, dude, I would try to run, I would run her there. Berghild is pretty sick. She gains attack bar passively, so you're gonna notice that like she will get way more turns than the average monster. Way more turns. She's also like immune to crowd control. She can strip, she can stun, she can defense break. She has pretty much every keyword that I'm looking for in a monster. She has every keyword that's important for most Summoners War players on a single monster. So like I would rune her up stat. She's incredible. I love her. In fact, she was so good she got nerfed, and she's still so good even post-nerf. Still so good. Gotta tell you, she's an incredible unit. I wish I had that monster. She seems so fun. Which is better, the Fire Striker or the Fire Gojo? Both are new. You know, I think that right now, the Fire Striker is currently better. Douglas, I think he's currently better. I think Gojo has a lot of room to grow. So if this is something for like a blessing, I would watch some videos on Gojo first. He's so new that like, you know, people are still trying him out. But I've seen a lot of people use him effectively, and I think that a lot of the collab units are probably going to be addressed in the next balance patch. That's just me speaking based on history, right? Usually the devs like to kind of release the collab monsters at a certain power level and then like give them a little boost over time. So just something to think about before you make your decision if we're talking about a blessing. Now, if you just pulled both of them, congratulations. Like Douglas is already fantastic and Gojo has a lot of room to grow, Joe. So yeah, it's gonna be great. So looking at siege defenses, like Byung-Chul really like grabs my attention. I think Byung-Chul on defense is actually potentially really powerful. He's hard to get rid of even post nerf. Could also do Leica. Runes for Tian Lang. Whoa! Oh my goodness! You guys are. Oh, let me. Sorry guys. One more stretch. Runes for Tian Lang, you guys are like bringing out all these fantastic units to ask about today. You could do Tian Lang on Violent these days, actually. Like sometimes folks like to rune him on Despair, but now that his second skill is more consistent, you could totally run him on Violent, truly, and I think you'll enjoy it. How do you clear this month's TOA Hard 8? Wait, oh, TOA Hell 8. TOA Hell 8. Evan, you beast, you possibly done your raid. Tinker 8 Ball, he's doing a charity 3,000. If possible when you're done, can you raid Tinker 8 Ball? He's doing a charity 3,000 summon transpack. He's paid for, thank you. Dude, Genesis Prime, welcome to the chat. Yes, yeah, if Tinker 8 Ball is still running, I can do that. Would love to. How do you get the JJK monsters? Dude, honestly, your results may vary with the summoning, but like we're all summoning with the same scrolls. The only thing to keep in mind though is that there are some Jujutsu Kaisen scrolls in those events that are running currently. Tilt Hat, thank you. Gonna get BK to his stream. Cheers, cheers, dude. Thanks for stopping by. That was really nice. That was really cool. Superman Chai, thank you guys, you're welcome. Oh, we can also talk about what Hall of Heroes to pick. So sorry, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I was looking at the chat for a little while. So you could totally run like Byung-Chul. Chat, I'd love your recommendations as well. We're looking at Guild War defenses currently. Like running Byung-Chul with like Velajul sounds kind of cool to me. You would just need something to heal as well. Some source of sustain would be really helpful on that comp. Maybe it's a Abellio? Like, and then what's really cool about that is that it is also, it's also tri-element. So it's a little bit harder to outright counter because it's all three.
We're in chat channel 10, Jordan. Check level 1 as well. I wonder if there's any use for the Fire Gojo in Guild War defenses. Yes, I'm currently on global. You could also do something with this. It's a little harder when you look at defenses. I think leveraging the Byung is probably my recommendation. Whoa, Kanagi with the good pulls today. Oh my god, I love this monster. Hi Evan, this is Civic Spirit. What's up, Civic? Can you recommend monsters to use in Tiana Galleon Arena offense? Yeah, I do that. I run a Tiana Galleon Arena offense. So my comp is Tiana Galleon, Poseidon Lead, and Kaki. So you could actually run exactly my comp. Although I do have an alternate that's a speed lead instead. So you could totally do the Kaki Cleave. So I would probably opt for that. To be honest, I would probably say to go for the Kaki version. And then just have one. Oh my gosh, look at this. You also have Deborah. So chat, that's a good question. So do you think it's worth it to run the Poseidon for the attack, the attack lead in the third skill? Or would it be better to say run the Deborah and just have her sit there to increase the potency of Galleon's third skill? And then have her, she doesn't even need to move, she just sits there. She's basically a passive with legs. What are your thoughts? Poseidon is really, really good. I've been wanting Panda and Nora, but can't use them. I've gotten super nice time for dungeons. Let me get a sec. Panda and Nora, but can't use them. But I've gotten super nice times for, oh, I didn't check your dungeon times. I should go back and double check that. Yeah, so you could totally do the version that has Poseidon's lead. Had connection issues. Are we on EU now? No, but I should swap to EU. I should go over to EU in a second. So this actually might be optimal. I would recommend running my comp then. My version of the Kaki Cleave that I'm using currently. It's not my, I didn't come up with the comp. I'm just saying the one that I'm using right now. His attack lead is super good, very potent. And then you could have a version that runs like a 24 speed lead. Like you could swap out Poseidon with more when the situation demands it, if you really need to outspeed. But I would do a little bit of testing, like do a damage test against your own arena defense and see which one works better for you. Like see if maybe running Deborah on the comp works, you know? See if you like that. Okay, let me look around real quick, guys. There are a lot of messages coming through here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Whoa, you changed your name to Sukuna? That's awesome, Jordan. That is so sick, man. I love it. Changed your name to Sukuna. I don't know if you saw, but I put on my profile, I put all JJK monsters. Dude, I think it's going to be hard for me to give you anything other than a 10 out of 10, man. You know your account is pretty fantastic. Like, look at this, even just based on the profile. Oh, and there's the Berghilda. Actually, if it's ruined, I don't know if it might not be ruined on the PvE side, but we just had somebody in chat who pulled one. So that way maybe you could like kind of see what makes her so good. So this, the Light Ivor. You're a 10 out of 10, Evan. That's so sweet, thank you. So the Light Ivor is is Berghilda. This is the collab that eventually became Berghilda, who is the Summoner's War original replacement. The Light Mercenary Queen, right? Jordan says, I like to use her in revenge counter comps for Guild Siege. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Each attack tries to strip one buff off the enemy. She gains 10% of attack bar whenever an enemy or ally gains a turn. Plus, she can't be controlled. So good, dude. Stuns, absorbing attack bar, defense break on skill 1. This monster is so awesome. So I just wanted to bring the stats up because, yeah, somebody on YouTube, I think. Was it on YouTube or was it on, I think it might have been. Yeah, it was Memes. Memes on YouTube pulled her. So Memes, if you need like the tenets for how to rune an Ivor, this is probably something where you could kind of like pull ideas from to ruin your Berghilda, rather. Can I get a review perchance? You can't just say perchance. I'm mid-game and have a bunch of units, not sure which direction I want to go. So funny. Yeah, let me see what you got. So you're wondering what direction to go? Perchance is a great word. What am I referencing when I say that? I think I'm referencing the guy who like turned in the paper about Mario. Do you know? Have you guys read that one? LD5 in the chat. Wait, where's the LD5? Whoa, the light twin angels. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, congratulations. Wow. That is awesome. Congratulations. Wait, I lost the account. I lost the account though. Hold on. Dude, I lost which one we were well, actually, maybe is this a sign that I should go over to Europe? Chat, what do you think? Should I go to Europe or should I stay on global for a second longer? Which monster should I focus on for dungeons? Advice would be so appreciated. This is a very new account. This is a super new account. Wow, and you already have a good idea, to be honest. EU, no global. Sec longer, 1 second longer. This says Lord Flexinor. Bruh, says Roki. That's tough. Let me see if I can help. So my question for you is if this is your first time playing the game, because it seems like you already have like a really solid understanding of what to focus on. For PvE, it's definitely Veramos. I would second awaken Crow as soon as possible. I'm glad that you're building Fran and Lauren as well. They're going to be super helpful. For Giants, you don't really want to use Verd because he's off element, so he's going to glance a lot. I would focus on keeping the Shannon around. You may even want to 2A it. It might be worth it. And then Bella Dion, the light Inugami, would also be important. And the reason why I recommend those two is because you're going to want to sub in Shannon and Bella Dion, the light Inugami, when you get to Abyss. For right now, it's totally fine to use Lauren and Fran, but like I think doing Shannon and Bella as your starter comp for Giants is going to be kind of important. Evan, what dungeon do you farm the most? I'm actually doing raids right now. I do a lot of solo R5. I've been doing solo R5 for probably, like, I've done nothing but solo R5 for probably 2 to 3 weeks, thereabouts. With the exception of like Dimension Hole. I do farm the Dimension Hole. Oh, there's Stormy. Is Water Nobara a good AoE carry for campaign? Should I use over Lapis? That's a really good question. It's going to be hard for me to say to use something over Lapis because Lapis is really good in the beginning. Now that you have Sigmaris as well, I would almost recommend, dude, honestly, like Veramos is great control. I think you should stick with Lapis over the Water Nobara. I think you should probably do like these two. Sig is also good control and can be good damage. There's a lot, by the way, that you can get done with just Fran, Lauren, Verd, or Fran, Lauren, Verd, and Crow. Like, there is so much that you can just kind of get through with just those monsters. I joke and call Fran, Lauren, Verd the Holy Trinity, but I mean it. I truly mean it. The legend of T-Lore. It says, I love Evan. Oh, I love you too, dude. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Athena Garley's, Lapis is always better. Memes, quick question. How did you get into doing this for a job? Been watching your videos forever, but never heard you tell the story. Oh, dude, that's a great question. So I'll tell it fast. How about this, chat? I'll go over to EU server. Oh, wait. Wait, was it Roki? Roki, did you need, it was Roki. Roki needed the assistance. It was Roki. So let me help Roki real quick because I lost their account when I looked at the LD5. I'll tell the story as I swap servers. How about that? I'll tell the story as I swap over the servers. So you said that you're mid-game Roki, but like you're kind of like trying to figure out where to go next. Is that what you're looking for? I know I've done a lot of R5 propaganda right now, but you might be ready for RTA. If you're not already doing RTA, you might want to start doing RTA in guilds. Because you're kind of at the point, oh my goodness. Whoa, Dude, a lesser phone right now would tremble in the face of this island. I could feel my iPhone X over there on my desk like trembling in the wake of this island. Yes, so this is where you would probably like choose an end game. This is one of my praises for the game, I would say, is that like I actually think that Summoner's War has kind of locked down that like end game really well, because they kind of have 3 distinct paths you could go down, and you're free to choose any one or all of them, right? Like you could either you could go like hard on PvE, like you could try to maximize your times, you could go for like top team ratings, etc. You could get involved in the community even and do like TOA rush. Then you've got guild content, and then you have RTA. So I think choosing one to focus on is going to be spectacular for you. You can always incorporate more, but like deciding which path to choose in the beginning is really helpful. I usually tell people to do RTA, because you start to see like how well your runes, like all that farming is going to pay off, right, in RTA, and you'll get to compare yourself to other people at the same rank. Though, you know, see how your runes stack up, see how your comp stacks up and your understanding of the game. With that in mind, you have some cool units for RTA already. You actually have Shizuka, Adriana, Chandra. These are all units that I'm actually incorporating into my comp right now. You have Vanessa. I would run a Rakan on 0 speed, dude. When you see a Leo, if they pick a Leo on you and you run a Rakan, that's very fun. It's a very fun situation. Like as a bit of a counter pick, Meiho Wang is probably my best rune monster right now. Like he's so much fun. And another great monster to pick into Leos. I see you have a Carnal back there. You should run your Leo for RTA too. Sonya's cool if you like that style of play. And you may actually, because you've got Oberon. Actually, you could do a cleave. You could do something with like Adriana, Oberon, Sonya. It might be a little bit too much, but you could do Leah on this comp. Oh my God, you got Manananan! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hold on, everybody stop. So this might be an overreaction, because I know Manananan is like, he's had a difficult career in Summoner's War. Manananan has had like a difficult career, right? Like he's kind of been a bit of a meme. He's been meme-Manan, you know? Oh, Vivina, that's so nice. Vivina says, thanks for your streams. Your VODs are great. I'm always coming back to them for help. One of these days I'll get an account, I'll win the account review roulette. Vivina, that is so nice. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that feedback. Thank you so much. So wait a minute. So Roki, real quick. I just want to throw this out there. I think last week I might have talked about this. So do you guys know SW Battle on YouTube? Do you guys follow SW Battle? It's kind of, SW Battle does videos that are kind of amalgamations of like different RTA replays, but he had one that was like semi-recently, and it was with Wool Young. Now granted, it was with Wool Young, but Wool Young could be like, it could be the Wind Megami, it could be like Bastet, it could be anything that attack bar like has attack buff and a little bit of boost. I haven't gotten a chance to see if you have, it could even be like a regular like Draco, something, who cares? Anyway, let me get to the point. It ran Manananan something to cycle. I think they used Yanhong, which was kind of sick. But you can run anything with attack bar boost and then like something to like attack. It's very sick. Very, very cool actually. Watching Manananan cleave people is incredibly satisfying. So like what I would say is like if you're currently not using Manananan, I would just look into it. It's fun. It's not optimal though. I don't think it's the optimal way. If you wanted to play like a cleave comp optimally, I would run an assimilation of different, or like an amalgamation rather, of different snipe units. Like running your Oberon, running a Sonya, maybe bringing Leah to try to cleave people, something like that. And then you run like Adriana for the attack buff and the speed buff. Something like that. But if you're looking for, that's great. Roki says, I like unique comps. So I would maybe just take a second to do a little investigation on how to incorporate this guy into a team. Because I find that he slips by in the ban phase. Like in the video that I was watching, and it was a very satisfying video, he like kept just slipping by. People just don't really pay him attention because he's kind of got this reputation as like being like subpar, and I don't think that's the case anymore. It might have been a while ago, but like this is a really good skill too. This is a really good passive. And he also can sort of like self-cleanse, though, you know, you're probably not using this one. You're probably killing people with it. Think about team-up effects with him too. Like team-up effects are funny. I don't know if you want to get that gimmicky. I would probably prefer seeing just attack bar boost. Like if you happen to have Ileana, if you have Rakuni, If you have something that can fill up an attack bar, give somebody a turn. Zibala, right? Zibala gives 50% attack bar and reduces cooldown times. This is just something to think about. I think it could be very fun. It gets me excited just thinking about it. Dang, Roki, I'm glad we remembered that was your account because that was fun to look at. That was really fun. Oh, guys. Look at this. We've got a few secret dungeons in here opened by Estella Maki. If you guys are looking for Shaman, this is definitely one to farm. So please, if you guys are looking for this unit, he is incredible, very useful, and borderline necessary for all dark bosses. So thank you for finding that. Pone Juice, welcome to the stream. Okay guys, I have spent enough time on global. Let's jump over to Europe real quick. And in the meantime, I'll tell you the story about how I got the Java come to us. So I was actually in college at the time. This is for memes, because memes was asking. I was in college at the time. I submitted an application. I was previously working at a video game retailer. Am I allowed to say it? Am I able to say like video game start? You know, so something like that. Am I allowed to say game start? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I worked there for like 3.5 years. I was in college. I had already graduated, but I graduated ahead of finishing. You know, I graduated in the spring, finished my last semester, applied for a full-time job, and it was come to us. And I recognized them immediately because I spent a lot of time in my youth playing like Enosia and Zenonia, right? And Enosia has come to us. Zenonia was Gameville, but like Gameville acquired come to us. I think back in like 2013, it became an official merger in 2018. And so like in my youth, like for real, I was on the school bus and I used to play these games. And so I had all these great memories of like these RPGs like from on mobile platform, which was like mobile is my favorite way to play games. Like I truly love mobile gaming. And so like, oh, how old has Come to Us? Come to Us has been making games for ages, like since like flip phones even. I'd have to double check to see what they started. Maybe somebody could give it a goog for me. I've actually since forgotten. I used to know, but it's left my mind. Anyway, so I applied for the job because I recognized them and they made these, you know, they had a hand in Enosia and I knew Gameville as well. And so then got a reply back in like 3 hours and that was all the way back in 2017. So 1998. 1998, thank you, the number one. Okay. Dude, I gotta sit through a whole episode of JJK here. Whew, okay, there we go. Chat Channel 10. Wow, that was just enough time. That story was just enough time to get into Chat Channel 10. Thank you, Stellars. How to be OP like that. Bone Juice, no, so I joined in 2017. We are on the EU server now. Lord Flexinor, I need help with my new Han. Oh my God. Congrats on the Han. Wow, that's sick. Oh my God, dude, this account is so perfect for a Han, dude. You can use that 30 speed lead to great effect, man. Like, this is gonna be perfect for you. You could totally do just like super high damage Han. You could run Vio Han if you wanted. Do people prefer? I like Violent Han, right? We like Violent Han. Do you guys agree with this? Because I think Violent Han is optimal, but like the only reason I hesitate is because he cycles. Because he cycles on the third skill. Now the benefit here is that like if you miss crit, it's not the end of the world because you have a chance to proc. It's Benny says you definitely want him on Vio. Excellent. If I ever got one, I'd probably do Vio. Swift is also good. I have seen Swift. If you have 100% crit rate, because he's element neutral, you could in theory do Swift, right? But if you miss crit, Vio is really good to support, just so that way it's not the end of the world and you still get your extra turn. With that said though, I think you do really want him on 100 crit. Man, what's going on with me? His basic does scale with speed. He has speed scaling damage there. Oh my God, what? Dog. Wait, this is crazy. Hold on a second. This is crazy. Okay, chill, everybody chill. Everybody relax. Your dog's name is Memes? That's so cute. So you could totally do like Han You could run Han, Ragdoll. This is weird. It's kind of weird. It's like a hybrid bruise. So you know who does something like this actually? Mystery Hunt does something like this. I don't know if you guys saw the stream that I did with him. He actually played his placement battles on stream like 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago, thereabouts. And he runs a bruiser Han. Wild. Nobody sees that coming. It's actually very cool. He actually has a Han that does good damage and has high HP, like 40k HP. So something that you could do is like Han with Gapsu and Ragdoll, right? Or you could go for something faster. If you want to go faster, that's great too. But like Han with like Ragdoll and Lucy would be really cool. You could also do Leo with this. The Leo Lucifer combo is extremely difficult to work around, right? Like people kind of struggle in the face of Leo Lucifer for the most part. And that's me, I'm people. And then you run Riley for support. I think that's probably your best like core, right? So I would have Ragdoll, Gapsu, Han, Ruined. I would have Veramos as a counter pick Ruined. You do also have Talasha and both Ragdoll and Leo. That's something to keep in mind. So this comp can easily like pivot over to Snipe. And you've got Lucifer. Like this is a crazy account too. You have extremely synergistic Nat 5s. Like extremely synergistic. Talasha works really well with Ragdoll and Leo. I'm pretty sure that Talasha's buff was for them, right? So, you know, stuff to think about. How do you ruin Vero as a counter? Swift Nem? I do Violent Nem. Great question though. I personally do Violent Nem. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we actually just showed, we had a short debut on the channel recently. It was called Bro Was Not Ready for Veramos, and it shows why you should make sure to ban Veramos. It shows the danger that Veramos presents against comps with a lot of debuffs. I'd recommend giving it a watch if you haven't seen it yet. It's on the channel, it's a short. It's one of our most recent shorts. Okay, so again, have Veramos Ruined. I would do Han, Gapsu, like Han and Ragdoll, Gapsu, then Lucifer, Leo, Riley is really important there. Talasha, these are the monsters that you just kind of want to have Ruined, right? Core says, can you suggest me 1 or 2 RTA comps? Yeah, let's go in and take a peek. Let's see what we got. Lord says, so I played Talasha with Leo and Dragon Guild. You're welcome. Anytime, Flexnor. I love your account. So tips for RTA. You've got Raj, which is cool. Raj is a really cool monster. Speed lead, strip defense break, very cool. You also have a Bellio, who's one of my favorite like bruise options. I saw that you had Hagang back there. Let me just browse really quick. I just kind of want to get an idea for what you got. Just want to look around, you know? Etna was back there, yeah? Etna, Wind Robo. So you could kind of go fast or slow. Oh, you've got Evan. Oh my God. So you could kind of go, you could go with a fast team or you could go with something a little slower. Let's start fast. Units that work really well on your account that synergize with a fast start, want to go for a turn 1 play and want to knock out a unit as quickly as possible. They do have Savannah, which is cool. I notice you have Sonya, you've got the Robo for Controlo. Smicer. Oh, or Smicer. I hardly know her. You have Secondis, and then so Secondis is really cool because like he has a 115 base speed, and that's actually like really, really high. So you can actually like rune this to be the fastest unit on your comp with a 24 speed lead from Raj, and then like he can boost up the unit that you want to go first. That's actually just something, that's a cool little synergy that you can keep in mind in the background there. It's my account, and I just got it, and I hoped you'd see him. Thank you, Runeblow EX. I said, who is Secondis? Oh, it's Zibala. Sorry, I'm not gonna finish the joke. Chat can finish the joke. I appreciate it though. Thank you, Kanagi. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You also have Sekhmet, who goes extremely well with this style of play. The fast start, reset somebody, and then do big damage on a nuke. You know, Elsharion can kind of couple with this now. I think people are really scared of Elsharion, and so should they. Absolutely should be. So you've got the Sonya comp, right? You got that super fast. You know, you want to do big things. Oh, you got Jogan as well to support that, and Chiwu. Okay, so it's clear to me that you can obviously do that. If you wanted to play something a little bit slower, oh, I totally missed that you have a 33 speed lead here with Samath too. Yeah, it seems like your account wants to go fast. If you want to slow it down and go more turn 2, then I suggest that you kind of like look closer to like, oh my god, you've got a Bastet as well. Yeah, this account wants to go turn 1. This account definitely wants to go turn 1, right? Like you've got the Bastet, you can do the attack bar boost with the attack buff. You know, it's hard to get this unit to be that fast, but you can buff the Sonya and just like take somebody out turn 1. Like, yeah, this is definitely looking like that. But if you did want to slow it down, you obviously could employ something that's more control-oriented, like the Karnal. You could run Chandra, Abelio for the heal. You could do Heigang for the tech, you know? So but I do think that this account would probably be most happy going first. Mad Expert, Evan, I'm a G1 player. How do I get better? Man, man, once you're a Guardian, I'm not the person to ask. I'm not Guardian. I wish I was. Rune says, I'm interested in what ideas you have for me. If you're on I'm on the EU server right now. If you've got that, I'd love to help. French Stormy. Is this Storm? Is this Stormy's account? Is this Unicorn? Is this an alt? Mine is global, unfortunately. Oh, okay, got it. Can you review me and tell me my Fire Demon is cool? Dude, your Fire Demon is awesome. Your Fire Demon is sick as heck, dude. Let me jump in and see how you're doing, French Stormy. Camilla, wow, dude, that brings back memories. Camilla was my second Nat 5, and she carried me through the early game. Oh, that's awesome. This is Majestic Unicorn's account. Man, Camilla carried me through the early game. That's pretty sick. You actually have 2 carries here. That's actually pretty sick for an alt. I used the team you suggested for Steel Fortress Abyss, and I can finally clear it, but it fails a lot of the time. Okay, let me see what you got. Let's see what's happening here. So this is the one that features the Bernadotte, who's also Ken, if you were here for the collab. Then you've got these units. Okay. Let me go see what's going on. There's a few points that I want to look at first and just see if I know what's happening. Stand by. Where is this? Could also employ Gina if you wanted to. You got the double will, right? You have the double will on here. That's fantastic. 98% accuracy is amazing. Is this the right tuning? Is this the right tuning? I forget how fast I asked you to make them. It's been a while since I've made that video, so I'm low-key forgetting some of it. Oh, wow, you've got a Deborah. Oh my goodness, I know we're not talking about a comp necessarily to use this, but, well, I mean, I wonder if you could employ Deborah. Does anybody in chat use Deborah for this dungeon? I know that it's kind of, this is asking for a lot because I think this team for Steel Fortress, more than others, has like very little room to breathe. Like every unit serves a very specific purpose, right? But like, if this is for Steel Fortress, Kanagi. Salty Brawler, by the way, Salty Brawler, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to compliment you on the set that you did for D&D. I wanted to compliment you on how that turned out. I was looking at the photos for the buildings and everything. I'm glad it went smoothly. Congrats on the Ongiyuki. Dude, Runeblow, what? It's fantastic. Yeah, see if you, honestly, it might be asking a lot for Steel Fortress, but I would use this unit. I would really try to incorporate her in as many dungeon teams as possible. Her passive is extremely relevant, and it's also very confusingly worded. So just in essence, what it does, it increases the potency of defense break. Your defense breaks will be more effective. They will be more effective against anything, right? It makes them 15% more effective against bosses. That is essentially what this breaks down to. Because for what, like, increases the decreasing effects of these buffs. That is extremely poorly worded to me. It increases the potency of these effects. Boom, there you go. So it's like your defense breaks work better for you. That's essentially what it should say. So give it a try and see. She might actually help a lot, to be honest. Not a lot of people have this option. So I would try running her in as many contents as possible. Like, see if you can run her in as many dungeon teams. What I would just recommend double checking is that your speed tuning is correct. I don't have that number at the top of my head, because I think you want Zinc to move first, which it looks like he might. Then you can do this, and if it continues to fail, if you're having issues with it, you could do the path that uses Gina. I actually had a crit damage Gina that helps to clear the waves quickly, and she's also another source of buff block. That's what I would recommend. But try the Deborah. Deborah basically 2A's debuffs. That's such a funny way to put that. That is so funny. Strengthens the decreasing effects would be better. Yeah, I think like strengthens the decreasing effects, or like increases the potency, or like increases effectiveness, I think would be better. Any of these wordings would be better. Can you help with my arena defense? Yes, I can. I can help with the arena defense. Okay, so yeah, this comp definitely wants to delay the game. If you're using Belial, you want the game to kind of delay in your favor. Now, one thing that I will say about this, Uzune, I'll give you feedback and I'll give you suggestions. However, and this is a pretty big however, you're really not at a state in the game where you need to worry about arena defense. And that is truly a good thing. It is actually such a good thing. For a very, very long time, including like, I'm barely doing it now, you can just run a farmable defense. And what we mean by that is you can just put anything in that defense slot. Like legitimately, just throw this bird on your defense and just have that be your defense. And it's not a joke, it actually serves a purpose. The purpose for this is that it keeps your rank intentionally low, so that way you can keep fighting and getting as many glory points as possible. Now, with that said, I will acknowledge that to me, I think glory points have kind of gotten a little bit diluted in their purpose, because all of the tower effects have got moved over to that skill level up tower. So now as your account increases in level, you will eventually just level up these skills naturally, but you could still use this glory to ensure that you get the weekly Devilmon. You can also ensure that you get the scrolls from it. What's going on, Kanagi? Am I ignoring you again? I'm so sorry, it's great. Evia, are you going to Asia? Spoon sent a message asking for help. Did Spoon, I used to play this game back then, but then I don't know what to do with it. Oh, Spoons, I'm so, dude, oh no, actually, that's a really good point. Panda just gave really good advice too. If you have a lot of units, it would probably be best to look up speed teams. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So now let's actually give an answer real quick for your defense. So with that in mind, something like a second Awakened Darien fits really well on an arena defense, especially if you're trying to delay the game a little bit. You can still use the Water Demon if you want to, but I actually think that he works really well with something that will prevent death, or kind of help delay the game a little while. And I think that maybe there aren't quite enough units here yet to make a super strong arena defense. Eventually you might be able to put your your Masha on there. I keep doing that today. Keep accidentally dropping misnomers for monsters. I gotta be careful about that. And then is there anything else? Units to look out for would be like the Wind Heart Magician down the line, etc. But like right now, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I really wouldn't, Izune. That's something that you can have fun with down the line, but for now it's optimal to stay low so you get more glory points. Perfect. Guys, well, I'm so sorry, but we are actually over time, so I'm gonna be having to bounce for now, but if you're on Twitch, please stay with us because we're gonna raid somebody. If I didn't get to you guys today, I'm so sorry. I do try to do these things kind of often. This is the first one that we've done in a couple weeks, so I'm really glad that we got to do one today. I'm gonna be streaming Soul Strike later. Yes, Kanagi, I'm gonna stream Soul Strike in an hour and a half. So I'm gonna go quickly grab something for lunch with the team, get stuff set up, and then I'll be back for Soul Strike. So if you're still on Twitch, come back. It's the same channel, Come to Us USA, in an hour and a half. If you're on YouTube, it's gonna be on the Come to Us USA channel instead. Keep your eyes peeled on the channel too. We're gonna have new videos coming out semi-soon. And that's everything. I will see you guys later for Soul Strike, and if not then, I'll see you on Friday. Bye everybody. See you next time. Thank you so much.